So, hi everyone. Thanks for joining for this first evening of speed meeting. So we are very happy to welcome you. And so we will have some mentor today presenting and introducing themselves. So I will just remind you, and I will put also very quickly in the chat what we ask as information. Oops. So like that, you can see it. So we will ask you your name, your first name, your research and lab organism to be aware for the Monty where you are working, the topic you are working on, what is your path since you did your studies until now, very quickly, not too long, why you choose to be mentor, which language you can interact with the Monty, so is it English, French, or even other languages, where you will be able to meet the Monty. It's a very important information, and also when during the day or evening or during the weekend you could meet the Monty, like that when we will do the pairing and when the Monty will choose the mentor. So for the Monty, it's very important to be careful about this information of location and time of availability of the mentor to be sure it's fitting with your own availability, and you will be able to meet or interact, even if it's in video call or by phone, as regularly as possible. And after, you can add with whatever information you think it's important for you to be known by the Monty when they will choose for the pairing. So I don't know if there is some question before to start. In other case, we can start with the first person, which is Ikram.
Hello, everyone. So to be more efficient, I'll be reading here from my phone.
Yeah.
Hello,
Just
everyone.
sorry, just I forgot to say, present yourself in approximately 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
So my name is Ikram Hami. I'm 29 years old, and I defended my thesis in December 2025. Sorry. My thesis was a collaboration between Morocco, my country, and France, so as going back forth between these two countries, along with managing all the paperwork about being an immigrant. I worked on a role of an immunoreceptor, the CD32A, in the establishment of the cellular response towards an infectious parasitic disease, the leishmaniasis. After my PhD, I stayed in the same team to continue another project as a postdoc, and this time this project was on the RE, reticulum endoplasmic stress, and mitochondrial stress. I can speak Arabic, French, and English, and I can understand a little Spanish, so I don't have a problem when it comes to languages. Fine. What really motivated me today to present myself as a mentor is I wished I knew before about this when I was a PhD student, because it would have helped me a lot. For the anecdote, well, I had to deal with one of the important collaborators intentionally sabotaging the project and leaving the country and basically ghosting us. Fortunately, everything ended well, but as for now, I still feel the consequences of the hardship of my thesis. I'm here to bring a realistic view of the thesis as an immigrant, but also to create a judgment-free space for everyone. Finally, I'm quite flexible on hours and time, so it's open for discussions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ikram.
You're welcome.
Okay, so the next person to introduce is Antonio Loria.
Yes. Geraldine, just to
Yes.
if you guys want to accept to be contacted by the mentees, please leave your email address on the chat, and because you are okay that you can be accessible and you can have question.
By experience, just to let you know, every year we ask the same to the mentor. Most of them, like I would say, like 98% let in the chat, they write their email. and they are not overwhelmed by email by the Mentee with questions before the pairing. Don't worry. Normally, and to now, it never happened, but okay. Antonio, the floor is yours.
Thank you. So my name is Antonio Loria. I am a foreigner, as many of you, yes. So I did my PhD and my master's. I arrived to France more than 30 years ago. So I know what it takes to leave your country, family, and everything, and come to this country to do your studies. I did some postdocs, and then I came back in '98 to. I was hired for CNRS. And I enjoy my job a lot. I cannot think of a better job than that. My discipline is automatic control. It's something between engineering, applied math, and things like that. So it's sometimes in computer science departments. Why I want to be a mentor? Well, it's actually the second year I'm doing this, and I enjoy it because I think most of one of the things that I value the most in my career is to help young people and to coach them. And I really love this program because it's a very well structured program to coach young women, and I think this is very important. I am father of two young women. One of them who is pursuing a PhD, and I'm very proud. Most of all, I am very proud of them because, as I told them, they chose their path. I, at some moment, gave some suggestions on which school to choose and so on, and they, in the end, didn't listen to me, and that made me very proud that they just did what they wanted, they had in their heads. So, yeah, I like that a lot. I have some experience, unfortunately, dealing with problems of harassment and things like that with helping young people in our lab. I say unfortunately because I wish these things didn't happen, but when they happen, it's important to help. I can do this in English, in Spanish, and in French. And we can meet preferably in the lab, but we can always find a way over Zoom or a phone or other means, but preferably in the lab. My email address is on the chat, and yeah, I'm available, and I will love to coach one of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Antonio. So the next person is Victor Pozobon. I hope I pronounce the name correctly. And I saw Victor was.
Hi.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, for the name is very well pronounced. So yeah, my name is Victor Pozomon. I'm actually French, and so I will only speak French and English. Yeah, sorry for that. So regarding my let's say research, I'm doing microbiology research. So it's biotech, industrial biotech, both numerical and experimental. I'm working at what we call the chair of biotechnology of Centrale Supélec, meaning that I'm not in Paris, technically speaking, I'm in Reims. So this means that when it comes to contact, it will be email, visio, phone. Regarding the availability, I would say, I'm not going to say 24/7 because I sleep at night, but basically in the evening it's doable, over work time it's doable. Early morning I also wake up very early. So on this, yeah, no real constraint. Afterwards, the question of why am I here today? I would say helping others is something that's deeply rewarding. I've had the opportunity to mentor few people in my life already because I graduated like 10 years ago. And I'm here to, I would say, carry on. And regarding the small story about me, yeah, well, when it comes to helping, I'm the kind of silly guy that's going to, pass by a guy with a car problem on the side, and I'm going to be the one stopping, opening my trunk and getting some wrench or stuff and say, hey man, do you need help? And the answer is obviously going to be no, or that's an electronic problem, but I will be here to help. So that's mainly why I'm here today. And just like the man who just spoke before me, sadly, I've already been dealing with a harassment problem in research context. And we went quite far with that. I was like the external guy who got involved. So basically things like signaling to the doctoral school, going through the process of getting someone who's harassing, obviously, to be discharged of his supervision, and supporting the PhD student who's interestingly the victim here is something I've been through. So yeah, too bad this kind of things happen. live. So that was me in something like 2 minutes.
Thank you very much, Victor. Yes. So this kind of situation happen, hopefully not too often. So we are crossing our fingers and it will be less and less. Okay, thank you very much. So the next mentor to introduce, it's Irma Liashkukiene. I'm really sorry because probably the name is not pronounced correctly. But Irma, I saw you are connected.
Hello, you're hearing me well? You pronounce it very well, thank you. So hello again to everybody. My name is Irma Jalitelescu-Ken. So I'm associate professor at St. James Tupelec at the Laboratory of Chemical Engineering and Material Science, LGPM, the shortened name. And also I'm a chemist working on the interfacial process in different materials. So I'm from Lithuania, the Baltic country, and I did my thesis here at University of Vilnius. And during my thesis, I had opportunity also to go to France at University of Sorbonne for the 3 research stays, yes. And so this also me opened my eyes to international research and also to the how it works academia in France. And so after that, I continue with several postdocs in the area of Paris. And sorry, somebody's calling me up. And so, so that's why I know very well what it means, in fact, to work in academic, what it means to work to do an academic career in another country, like others, and also how to move through different labs, and also how to navigate in such questions as uncertainty, competition, and even self-doubt. And what else? Yes. So I was attracted. Why? Yes. So I was attracted by this veterinary program. It is because during my thesis, I have a chance to have a mentor, in fact, and it really helped me to survive this hard period because just for the confidence, also for to discussing what will be further in the career, what procedures to do, and so on. So it was really, really very helpful. And so now I would like simply to be such kind of person for someone of you. And so that's why how I could help. So of course, by giving my experience, speaking about publications, about career choices, also about the confidence, and also simply to be someone you can talk to honestly. And so I could mentor in English, French, and of course Lithuanian, but I'm not sure somebody speaking this language, but why not? And I would prefer to meet in person, but in Paris-Saclay area, not in Paris, but in Paris-Saclay area if there is someone. And I would prefer to meet during the lunch breaks and in the mornings. Yes, and so if you feel that we could match, do not hesitate. We can work together about that, and I will be happy to have this experience. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Irma. So the next person is Mathieu Vivier.
Sorry, my mic was off. Hi, everyone. Yes, so I figured also I should put my email address on the spreadsheet, and I will also put it in the chat. Okay, so hi again. My name is Mathieu Vivier. I'm 42 years old, and I am working as a researcher at CA Paris-Saclay in the Institute of Research into the Fundamental Laws of Universe, and more specifically, I'm doing particle physics. So I did a PhD in gamma ray astronomy first at CEA, and then I moved to the US for a postdoctoral position. So I know a bit what it is to settle in a new country. So if I can be of any help regarding this, I would say this topic, would be glad to help. Okay, so I came to this program because I have a strong desire to, of course, promote and support women in science. And if I can be of any help in building their own research career, I would be very happy. I also would like to help them set free from, for example, man-spreading behavior, which I also unfortunately witnessed during my career. And so, yes, and I also came to this program because I would like to develop my awareness regarding this topic, gender equality and so on, and also improve my research practices regarding this. And I am fluent in English, in French, free on any weekdays, even over the weekend. We can meet in the lab, we can meet outside, we can meet remotely. I'm fully flexible. And I have too many anecdotes, two stories, so I won't, but yes, if you have any questions, feel free to reach me out. I would be very happy to answer your question and exchange. Thank you.
Merci beaucoup, Mathieu. Thank you very much. So the next in line is Benoît Creton.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. So I prepared the support, Do you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So hello, everyone. So I am Benoît Creton. I have studied in the west part of the France, in fact, and I obtain what is now the master's equivalent in theoretical and computational chemistry. Then I moved to the north of the France and I joined an academic lab for my PhD, which was funded by the Kodak company. After that, I joined the IFP Énergie Nouvelle in Rueil-Malmaison as a research engineer. And my activities are mainly focused in using the computational tools to predict properties for liquids and materials in general. More recently, in 2023, I become responsible of a project, let's say. And last year, I obtained my HDR diploma from the University of Strasbourg. And now I am attached to the doctoral school 388 at Sorbonne University. From a personal point of view, I live in the east of the Ile-de-France, so it would be a bit complicated for me to move to Paris-Saclay, in fact. I have two daughters, in fact, one in high school and the other one in the middle school. And so I'm new in this mentoring program. And why I decided to join the program, maybe in 2 points. The first one would be from my professional background and the collaboration I have both with academics and industry, and so that I believe I can bring a dual vision of research. And secondly, I supervise lots of students, in fact, and I think this program can give me insight into let's say the current problems faced by students, and so that it can help me improving the supervision of the student. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. So the next person is Anaïs Pitobari.
Hello everyone. So my name is Anaïs Pitobari. I worked as a chargée de recherche at the CNRS in the research unit Institut Galien Paris-Saclay, which is located in the Henri Moissan building, currently closed. So I'm a synthetic chemist and I work in the field of bioinorganic chemistry, and I work with ruthenium and boron atoms for anti-cancer applications. And I also work with polymers for drug delivery systems. So I've moved a bit in my life. So I have a diploma from French Engineering School of Chemistry in Rennes. Then I went in Switzerland for my PhD. Then I had a fellowship to go to the UK as a postdoc. I stayed a few more years at the University of Warwick as a postdoc. And then I went to the University of Bradford, where I was appointed as an assistant professor. And in 2021, I came back to France and I joined the CNRS and the University Paris-Saclay at this time. So I came back because of Brexit and also because of health issues. But yeah, Brexit was one part of the of the main issues. And so why I'd like to join the mentoring program, because I was part of a mentoring program when I was a PhD student, and I think it really allowed me to grow, not in terms of science, because my mentor was from social sciences, and we were a group of PhD students from all fields. But it really allowed me to discover some aspects of the academic life that we don't see often as a PhD student. And so I've been part of this mentoring program for 2 years already, and I've done also some mentoring in another program, the one related to chemistry, worldwide one. I can mentor in French and in English. I have no issues with timing. It can be morning, lunchtime, afternoon, evenings. It can be on campus. That's okay for me. I still come on campus. And what I sort of not specialize, because that's not the word, but I had some really difficult things happening in my life over the last almost 10 years, and I've taken a lot of sick leave, partial time, and so I had to become quite good at dealing with time management. So that's something that could relate to some of you maybe. And so that's all. Thank you for listening.
Thank you very much, Anna. Very much, Anna. So the next in line is Camille Melin.
Mélin. Hello everyone, so I'm Camille Mélin. I'm 41 years old. I have 2 kids of 10 years old and 5 years old. I think it's important to mention, because it's going to be part of my restriction for meeting with the mentees, because the kids are always coming first. But like, I'm chargé de recherche in RAE in the center of Versailles. But half of the team is in Paris too, so I can meet it there in Paris or in Versailles. Since 2016, I'm in Versailles. I'm a team co-leader since 2025. I did my PhD in Tours, in the middle of France, and after I went on to do a postdoc in the US for 4 years. Right now in Versailles, I'm studying how insects perceive their environment through chemical senses, so either olfaction or gustation, so it's biology. I use a wide diversity of approach, genomics, transcriptomics, and I'm also super interested in the evolutionary processes that are shaping those chemical senses. I chose to participate in this program because this is something that I wish I had when I was a PhD student. It didn't exist at the time, so I think it's really nice, and like trying to empower women is something that I'm really passionate about. So it would be nice to share experiences. While I lived, I had my kids in the US, so that was some part of the experience as well. Like I said, I can meet in Versailles or in Paris with like a Zoom or a phone call anywhere, but I would like to avoid having to meet during the weekends. As an anecdote, I consider I used to work on vertebrates during my PhD, and I now I'm working on insects. I shifted gears during my postdoc, and it was actually a great decision, because that led me where I am today. So yeah, that was me in like 2 minutes, and I look forward to having some exchanges with students. Thank you.
Thank you, Camille. So the next is Fanny Patoureau.
Oui, bonjour à tous, vous m'entendez?
Oui.
Hello
Oui.
everyone, so I'm Fanny Patoureau. I'm the Vice President for Quality and Regulatory Affairs at EcoSense. EcoSense develops ultrasound-based medical devices for acquiring data on liver. My current role is to guarantee the quality and the regulatory compliance of the product, to ensure patient safety, and to promote innovation. So you may wonder why, if I've made a mistake in joining the call. as I'm not at all a research-related or a scientific position. Nevertheless, I come from a scientific background. I have a PhD in physics from the Université Paris-Saclay. And I worked some 20 years at General Electric Healthcare, where I developed new medical imaging applications. So I have held position ranging from research engineer to R&D team manager. And I've had the opportunity to work on global research projects for all this period. The expertise, the methodology, and the scientific rigor I developed during the PhD gave me credible leadership skills, which I use every day, even if I'm not, again, in a scientific position anymore. I have been a team manager for over 15 years now, and I've always been, I have always loved the part of my job that involves supporting people to reveal their abilities, helping them to go further, and have been through many different situations, as you can imagine, in this period, where I've been able to help a lot of people, especially with personal development and work-life balance, which is an even more challenging topic for women, I guess. I have 3 daughters myself, so I feel particularly concerned by this topic. I speak French and English. I'm preferably available during the weekdays. Of course, I can do a video conference, but I can also meet in Paris around Montparnasse or in the 14th arrondissement. And I can also meet around Versailles because I'm living in the Yvelines. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So the next person is Evolène Deslinières.
Yeah, so hi everyone. So my name is Evolène Deslinières and I work at the ICSN, Institut de Chimie des Substances Naturelles in Gif-sur-Yvette. My research field is chemistry and I develop analytical approaches in mass spectrometry to study the structure of proteins. I did my PhD in Strasbourg where I focused on the analysis of therapeutic antibodies. After that, I moved to the Netherlands as a postdoctoral researcher, still working on biopharmaceutical applications, but this time on viruses and messenger RNA. And finally, I joined the CNRS as chargé de recherche in early 2025. Now, I'm interested in this mentoring program as I see this as a chance to support and also advise a student that is at a key stage of his or her professional development. And I'm especially motivated to mentor women PhD students because I know how high pressure the PhD environment can be and how important it is to feel confident and also supported at that time. For me, mentoring should also be a way for students to be able to speak freely without judgment. And also at the same time, it's an opportunity for me to kind of give back to the academic community that has supported my own development. Regarding technical details, I could interact with the mentee both in French or English, and I would be available to meet preferably during work days, during the day, also at lunch, if needed after work, either by video conference, by phone, or in person, but around Paris-Saclay. And so, yeah, that's it. I'm eager to engage in this mentoring journey. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Don't hesitate to put your email address on the chat if you don't mind. And if Monty has questions before the pairing, they can contact you. I repeat once again that in general, you are not overwhelmed by a lot of emails, and don't worry. It's just in case if there is one question, they can ask you. Thank you. Next person is Diara Barry. Diara, you are connected.
It's okay on the chat, but perhaps she needs to open her microphone and her video camera. Diara? or perhaps we can
Yeah, we can
the other
swap
one and-
and we will see. There is a problem. So there is Jennifer Vandoni.
Yes. Hi. Hi, everyone. I'm Jennifer Vandoni. I'm Italian. I'm working at Saffron Tech, which is the research center of Saffron, and it is based in the plateau of Paris-Saclay. I am actually a manager of a team on artificial intelligence and computer vision for quality control. And so we control the parts of the planes, basically, and also autonomous vehicles and systems in general. So drones, like stuff like that, for defense applications. Regarding my career, I came to France for an internship, basically for 5 months, and then I'm here after 10 years with a house and 2 children. So basically, I stayed here for I will stay here for the rest of my life, I think, at least for the moment. And so I obtained my PhD in Paris at Paris-Saclay in 2019, and then I've joined Safran just after as a research engineer at the beginning on artificial vision, and then starting from last year, I became manager of the same team. Where I was working as a research engineer, but then since it is a research center, I'm also doing research in parallel. So for me, it will be the 3rd year, if someone will choose me, that I'll do mentoring. And what I really like is to be able to help someone, and especially young women. I'm also a marraine of El Bouge, if someone knows the association. And I think I can help, particularly if someone of you wants to pursue a career in private enterprise, when you also can do research, applied research. So as a language, we can speak English, French, and also Italian. And regarding the meeting area, we can do it by video call, or we can do it basically in the Paris-Saclay area. And also I prefer during the weekdays. And as an anecdote, I am here today breastfeeding my daughter that you cannot see, I think, in this moment, because she was sick. So I went to the Nunu to get her sooner than expected. So this is the time of unexpected event that I'm facing often, because this is the life with young babies. So, but I can prove that we can work even with young children. So that's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The next person is Virginie Dossel.
Hello, everyone. My name is Virginie Dossel. I'm a researcher at INRAE, working in the virology unit at the vet school of Maison Alfort. So I'm a virologist working on the interaction between the viruses and the host. And I'm a co-leader of a team that work on enteric viruses and species barrier. So I have a bit of an unusual work training. I started with a 2-year technical degree in France, and then I moved for an Erasmus program to the UK. So I enjoyed being abroad, so I stayed to do a bachelor there on biological science. And then I did my PhD in Purbright in virology, and stayed for a first postdoc in virology at the Imperial College in London. I then moved back for a second postdoc in France at the vet school of Maison Alfort, and I got a permanent position then more than 10 years ago now. It goes fast. So I'm really interested in the mentoring program, because I think it's very important to help young scientists, and it's a more rewarding aspect of our work to train a young researcher. So it's my second year in the program. I had the great opportunity to mentor a PhD student last year, and I know how stressful it is to do a PhD with a lot of doubt and difficulties. So if I can help someone with that, I will be really happy. I wish I had this kind of program during my PhD. It's very important to be able to speak with people that are not from your lab, but that have done a PhD and know all the difficulties that go with it. So I can meet around Maison Alfort or inside Paris. I'm maybe more early evening or at lunch break during the week, not at weekends. And I'm happy to speak in English or in French. So that's it for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Virginie. And so next we have Benedetta Franzelli.
C'est moi.
Allez-y, c'est à vous.
So, good afternoon to everyone. I'm Benedetta Franzelli. I'm Italian. I'm 42 years old. I am a research director at CNRS. Directrice de recherche au CNRS. I'm working at the M2C laboratory at Paris-Saclay, Centrale Supélec. And I'm interested in understanding how we can produce nanoparticles with flames. On one side, because we don't want to create them when we burn fossil or hydrocarbon stuff, so we don't want to have particle matter. On the other side, to have metal oxides for new materials. So I'm interested in spray, computational fluid dynamics, fluid mechanics, turbulence, etc., and nanoparticles, of course. So I did my initial studies in Italy at Politecnico di Milano. Then I came to France in Toulouse. I have a visiting period in Imperial College. Then I came back to Paris-Saclay, and then I went for a postdoc as well as Stanford. And then I got the position at CNRS. So I have a little bit of ideas what's going on outside. And why I'm interested in participating in this project and this program, I think that it was harder at my time when I was young, and I found that it's even harder now. There is a lot of competition, a lot of pressure, a lot of publish and perish, and I don't like it. And if I can help young people to identify the good balance between work and life, and correctly identify that path, I will be more than happy. And in this sense, I have one daughter that she's 7 years old, and I'm also a caregiver of my dad since 2 years. So I know how it can be difficult to balance all this stuff. The small anecdote or my just weakness is that I don't know how to pronounce the days of a week. So for my availabilities, I will be available on the afternoon of Monday and the day after Monday on the afternoon. But this will be via Zoom because I will be in Italy. And on Friday and the day before Friday, in the afternoon, I will be at my lab. So we can meet also in the lab that is at Paris-Saclay. And for the languages, Italian, French, and English. That's it.
Thank you very much, Benedetta. When you pronounce your name, it's really nicer than when I'm saying it. It's like singing name.
It's Italian. It's so Italian.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
So, I think that for this first slot, everybody presented and introduced itself. So I don't know, in case if some Monty have some question they would like to ask now, you can put it in the chat. You can raise your hand if you have question for one of the Monty who introduce themselves or. Let's see, any raised. Okay, so in this case, we can continue and go to the second group. So in this case, Lucia, I give you.
Yes, I'm ready. Thank you, Geraldine. We remind maybe that during these 2 minutes, mentors have to give the first name, the research field, a brief description of the career path, where they can and also why they want to be a mentor, what motivates them, and then the logistic part, where to meet, when, in which language you can provide mentoring. Do not forget to leave your email address in the chat if you're okay to be contacted by the mentees for additional questions and information. And the last thing, did I say about the small anecdote about yourself, if you want? I think that's all, right? And so the first of the second round, the first mentor is Séverine Maire.
Oui, bonjour, on m'entend?
Oui, très bien.
Okay.
Bonjour.
Okay, hello everyone. I'll do my presentation in French since I think my profile is more oriented for a French speaker, but this is not a problem. I can speak English and I can do the exchange in English in the future. Donc, bonjour à tous, je m'appelle Séverine Maire. Moi, je suis biologiste de formation. J'ai soutenu ma thèse en 2018, mais moi, j'ai pas continué dans la recherche après ma thèse. En fait, après ma thèse, je suis partie dans le privé. J'ai été commerciale dans une grosse multinationale allemande. Leica Microsystems, pour ne pas les nommer. Et j'ai vendu des microscopes aux chercheurs et aux plateformes. Et ensuite, j'ai quitté Leica 3 ans après pour partir au ministère de l'Enseignement supérieur et de la Recherche. J'ai été chargée de projet sur des missions de sciences ouvertes auprès du coordinateur national. Et maintenant, je suis chef de projet à la direction de la recherche et de la valorisation à Paris-Saclay. Et pourquoi en fait je suis là? Parce que justement, j'ai un parcours, je pense, assez varié et assez atypique pour une suite après la thèse. Et moi, je serais ravie de partager cette expérience-là, que ce soit sur les aspects un peu plus, comment on part dans le privé ou comment après on revient dans la fonction publique. Et vraiment, moi, maintenant, mon orientation globale, c'est vraiment tout ce qui est fonction publique, administration centrale et comment on construit en fait une politique institutionnelle. J'ai eu la chance de participer au programme il y a 2 ans et j'ai adoré. J'ai adoré accompagner Imen, la doctorante qui m'avait choisie. Et pareil, pour de contexte un peu familial, moi, je suis maman également. Donc, tout ce qui est sur l'équilibre, vie pro, vie perso, et comment on arrive à gagner en confiance et faire monter en confiance les doctorantes, moi, c'est vraiment ce qui m'anime. Donc voilà. Et sinon, moi, je suis disponible plutôt en semaine, le midi ou le soir. Et du coup, moi, en fait, je suis sur le plateau de Saclay. Hein, je suis à Digiteo, juste à côté de l'ENS. Donc, pour se rencontrer en visio sans aucun problème, mais en présentiel plutôt sur le campus Plateau ou Vallée. Voilà, thank you everyone.
Merci Séverine, et l'email si vous voulez bien.
Ça marche.
Et nous avons maintenant Muriel Thomas.
Oui, bonjour à tous et à toutes.
Bonjour.
Alors, je vais me présenter en effet rapidement. Je vais continuer en français, but I can also make a mentoring activity in English if you want, so do not hesitate to contact me. Alors moi, je suis chercheur et entrepreneur. Donc, j'ai une double casquette à l'interface entre la recherche académique et le monde plus privé. J'ai travaillé depuis plus de 35 ans dans des laboratoires de recherche sur des sujets en biologie assez fondamentaux. Et donc, mon domaine de recherche actuel concerne l'étude de la physiologie de l'homme avec ses microbiotes, donc on appelle ça l'holobionte. En d'autres termes, en fait, ma question principale, c'est quels sont les effets santé de l'alimentation des microbiotes intestinaux et sur la santé digestive et la santé respiratoire. Donc, vous avez compris, je suis pas une toute jeune chercheuse, et donc dans ma longue carrière, ce dont je suis le plus fière, sans doute, c'est d'avoir initié des nouveaux champs de recherche Par exemple, je travaillais sur la santé digestive et j'ai shifté et j'ai ouvert en fait un champ de recherche concernant la santé respiratoire. Donc, comment l'alimentation change notre santé digestive via le microbiote, mais aussi comment l'alimentation change notre santé respiratoire et pulmonaire. Et ça, c'était avant le Covid. Donc ça, c'est quelque chose, c'est vrai, dont je suis assez fière pour mon activité de labo. Alors après, après toutes ces années passées vraiment en expérimentation hein, dans le laboratoire au fin fond d'une animalerie, j'ai pensé qu'il était temps d'avoir un impact peut-être et que peut-être j'avais envie de me sentir utile. Je ne sais pas comment, mais j'avais cette envie. Du coup, je me suis extraite de mon labo pendant plus de 3 mois pour faire une formation à l'incubateur Incub-Alliance. Et j'ai ensuite eh bien, passer 40% de mon temps. Donc ça, c'est vrai depuis 5 ans et ça va être vrai encore pendant un an. 40% de mon temps à créer une start-up et donc à créer une application concrète de mes résultats de recherche. Cette start-up s'adresse à des populations fragiles comme les personnes âgées ou les personnes handicapées et on développe des aliments qui seront les premiers compléments nutritionnels oraux, riches en protéines, riches en énergie et riches en probiotiques. Et donc, c'est une façon d'amener les probiotiques et les prébiotiques à l'hôpital ou pour des personnes malades ou fragiles. Donc, voilà mon parcours, mon chemin de chercheur et de femme et d'entrepreneuse. J'ai mentoré déjà 2 jeunes femmes et c'était vraiment très intéressant, autant aussi intéressant que de voir éclore au labo des jeunes scientifiques. Donc voilà, participer à cette éclosion, eh bien, c'est évidemment intéressant et c'est autant valorisant aussi pour les mentorés que et j'espère aussi utile pour enfin, ceux qui bénéficient du mentorat. Voilà, je n'ai rien d'autre
Oui,
à
peut-être,
ajouter. Je vais vous donner, pardon?
Peut-être que j'ai pas entendu où et quand when and where.
When and where? When maybe the best are during the week, but I can also be available during the weekend. And where it could be in presence or at distance. I don't mind. And I can put my email address in the chat if you want.
Okay.
In
Merci, Muriel. Thank you.
presence, Muriel, where can you meet people? In which area?
I am in Juin-Josas, in Rae at Juin-Josas, but I have also an area in Paris-Saclay, in Agro-Paritech. So I can be at both sites because for the startup, I am in Agro-Paritech.
Okay, thank you.
Et nous avons maintenant Tatiana Kachan. I don't know about name. We have Tatiana Kachan.
Yes. Hi. I will do my presentation also in English, but I can speak English too. Bonsoir. Donc, je m'appelle Tatiana Kachan. Donc, moi, j'ai 2 masters dans la recherche en biologie moléculaire, mais je n'ai pas poursuivi et j'ai créé derrière une société de valorisation du capital scientifique. Donc, je travaille tous les jours avec les chercheurs et les laboratoires de recherche. Je suis en parallèle de ma société pigiste et autrice pour des chercheurs ou pour des livres scientifiques. Ce qui m'attire dans le mentorat, c'est que je suis déjà intervenante dans plusieurs pépites sur le territoire français pour le domaine de la recherche. Et j'enseigne aussi aux doctorants et post-doc la création d'entreprises, s'ils veulent passer du côté start-up. Donc, c'est quelque chose que j'apprécie beaucoup, ce genre d'interaction. Je peux intervenir sur Paris en présentiel ou en distanciel, ou dans le 95 s'il y en a qui peuvent aller dans le 95 ou qui sont dans le 95.
Et au niveau, ça c'était les lieux, mais au niveau temps, dans la journée, le soir, le week-end, à quel moment?
Le matin ou le soir.
Bien. Merci, Tatiana. Et nous avons maintenant Amélie Le Forestier.
Okay, can you see me?
Yes, see and hear.
Okay. I don't know. I go on in English or in French. I can speak both, so I can monitor with both languages. I'm a research director at CNRS at Solid State Physics Laboratory in Orsay on the Paris-Saclay plateau. I can meet people in Paris-Saclay, obviously, any time of the day or early evening or central Paris, whatever people prefer. I prefer in-person meeting than Zoom, but I'm also available with Zoom, maybe preferably not the weekend. So my background is cell biology, but I work in a solid state physics laboratory, which means that my field of research is very interdisciplinary. I'm a biologist who has switched to kind of physics, and I'm working on self-assembly of biological macromolecules. So it means that my work is in between physics of liquid crystal, polyelectrolytes, and structural biology. So I'm both physicist and biologist now. My career, I did a PhD like more than 30 years ago, and then I did a postdoc in Switzerland for 1.5 years, and I was recruited at CNRS then at the time. At that time, you could enter CNRS after one short postdoc. And since then, I've developed research activity in solid-state physics laboratory. So what is my motivation for this program? Well, first, of course, sharing my experience about my academic career, which is quite linear in academics, but also I'm very really, I feel really concerned by the place of women. When I arrived at CNRS in my lab, I think like five or six women were head of teams in my lab. And nowadays, I'm the only one. So I think things did not really improve during the last 25 or 30 years. And if I could do something to help, of course, it would be very important. I also noticed that, well, I have myself a PhD student in my group, and I've noticed that young women are not always as self-confident as they should be, considering their talent. And I also observe the same with my daughter. So I hope I can help and do something about that. Thank you.
Thank you, Emily. And then if you wish, then please leave your email address.
Yes, I've just sent it.
Okay, sorry. And then we have now Salome Poirier.
Yes. Hello, you can hear me?
Yes.
Yes, so I am a senior researcher at the ICSN Gif-sur-Yvette. Well, I did my PhD like 10 years ago in Rouen, and then did a couple of postdocs also in France before to have my position. And now I'm working on mass spectrometry, which is analytical technique in chemistry and a bit of physics. So voilà. So why is the program? Well, to try to help people with my experience. So I was part of the program last year, and the relationship I have now with Maria, who was American, finally give me hopefully as much to me than to her. And this is why I think that this program is very interesting. We learn a lot of each other, and that was very interesting. So I am available pretty much anytime during the week. And with Maria, we decided that in-person meeting was much better for our relationship, and depending on our time and schedule, either we met each other for a drink after lunch or for lunch. Voilà. So I can speak in French or in English. I can try to. Yeah, we mainly met around Orsay because it was much easier for us. But we also made a couple of Zoom meetings for the important moments. Voilà. Thank you.
Merci, Salomé. And we have Serge Muller now.
I think Serge is not connected. I haven't seen his name. So probably he's not here yet. So perhaps we can go on with the next person.
Okay, thank you, Geraldine. So we have then Maria Brovchenko.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. Hello.
Good. So my name is Maria Brovchenko. I work at ICNR, which is an authority for nuclear safety and radiation protection. I work here since 13 years. And I'm physicist from my studies, and now I'm working also doing like research in physics, but also a bit more nuclear engineer. So ICNR is not completely academic, even though I consider that I mainly do research work. Like what I'm doing is like mainly simulation, design of real experiments, etc. And also like for these experiments, I'm traveling often to Japan and US. My whole career, so I did my PhD in 2013 in Grenoble. And yeah, since then I'm at ICNR. Like my life is, so I'm born in Ukraine. I grew up in France and Germany, moving a lot between the two countries. So I can also speak, German, French, English, or Russian, Ukrainian, whatever. So I moved a lot now, but I'm still more like working here around Paris. So actually in Fontenay-aux-Roses, so it's not far from Paris. So the best with the prior mentorees, it was to meet, I think, physically, and we did it in Paris or around Fontenay-aux-Roses because there is also a CA lab and ICNR, so we could also meet close to here. Like for times schedule is the best during the week, lunch or evening, but also we can arrange other things if needed. I think that what I like is to support young and talented people. I think also some of my forces would be also sometimes linked to the relations between people. So like I can listen a lot and maybe help to understand what's going on and how you can improve some interactions with other people, which can also be stressful during the PhD periods. So I think that's it, unless I need something. And yeah, please don't hesitate if you have any questions.
Thank you, Maria. Just so you let your email in the chat if somebody wants to contact you. And we have now Franck Delaplace.
Okay, hello.
Hello, yes.
Hello. So I'm Franck Delaplace. I'm a computer scientist in University of Évry, Paris-Saclay, Évry. And then I propose to pursue in France. In French, it will be better for me to express myself, to summarize my career. But anyway, I can of course exchange in English and in France. Okay. Donc j'ai commencé ma carrière dans les années 90. J'ai eu mon doctorat dans les années 90, ce qui est assez loin maintenant. Je suis professeur professeur de classe exceptionnelle de second rang, donc je suis en deux, donc je suis à la fin de ma carrière là-dessus, et c'est l'une de mes motivations, puisque l'une de mes motivations, bien sûr, c'est finalement de finaliser ma carrière avec quelque chose qui fasse du sens, c'est-à-dire d'encadrer, enfin de mentorer plutôt dans ce cadre finalement des jeunes chercheuses là-dessus. Donc c'est ma motivation principale là-dessus. Je suis originellement informaticien et dans les années 2000, j'ai fait un revirement vers la bioinformatique qui était à l'époque un domaine naissant là-dessus, qui était un domaine naissant en bioinformatique. Et donc maintenant, je veux dire, je suis plutôt, toute ma carrière a été faite en bioinformatique. J'ai encadré, on va dire, plus d'une dizaine de doctorants qui ont eu tous leur thèse, voilà, et dont trois postdocs, et dans ma carrière, et deux sont maintenant dans la carrière académique, et les autres sont dans les carrières, je veux dire, dans une carrière privée, voilà, là-dessus. Ma disponibilité, c'est, je sais pas, je veux dire, tout le temps, on va dire. C'est tout le temps, on va dire, bien sûr, avec un contact, sauf mes indisponibilités, on va dire, de mon travail, j'ai pas vraiment de frein là-dessus. Par contre, ça sera soit en visio, soit ça sera à Évry, soit ça serait éventuellement parfois à Paris, voilà, si ça devait être physiquement. Voilà. Merci.
Merci Franck. Et nous avons maintenant pour la fin de ce deuxième tour Sandra Blaise-Boisseux. Et le micro est voilà.
Okay. So, good evening, everyone. I am Sandra Blaise-Boisseux. I'm a research director, and I will continue in French because it is the end of the day. And I prefer express myself in French to be shorter and to be more specific. But I can mentor in French or in English, but I prefer in French. It's if possible, but I can try. So, donc, je suis Sandra Blaise-Boisseux, je suis directrice de recherche ANSES. Donc voilà, il y en a. À Maison-Alfort, hein, dans une UMR qui est ANSES, INRAE et École vétérinaire. Et je suis responsable de l'équipe qui est en charge de la fièvre afteuse, donc santé animale. Et dans mon parcours, j'ai commencé par un magistère de génétique qui m'a conduit à une thèse sur les rétrovirus endogènes humains, ce qui m'a amené à la virologie, la rétrovirologie. J'ai fait un postdoc éclair chez Françoise Barré-Sinoussi sur HIV. Et ensuite, je suis rentrée à l'AFSA à l'époque sur concours. Et après un peu de virologie alimentaire dans tous les sens du terme, j'ai rejoint la santé animale et l'UMR Viro. Et donc, voilà, je me passionne pour les interactions de ce virus majeur en santé animale avec ses hôtes et aux mécanismes de persistance. Voilà, donc je dirige une thèse actuellement et donc je pars pour ma 7e année de mentorat. Et j'ai découvert le programme pendant le confinement. Je trouve passionnant ce programme. J'ai découvert des jeunes femmes formidables avec des sujets qui étaient très loin du mien et ça a toujours été des grands moments. Moi, vraiment, j'essaie au maximum des rencontres en, voilà, autour d'un petit verre sympathique, autour d'une souvent en plein Paris, à la convenance de chacun ou de chacune, enfin de chacune. Voilà, je trouve ça plus sympa, donc plutôt en fin de journée et en semaine. Voilà. Je trouve que ce programme, il est vraiment important et j'aurais bien aimé avoir ce genre de programme parce que moi j'ai passé ma thèse en 2004, hein, donc voilà, j'ai commencé ma thèse en 2000. Et voilà, je trouve que pour plein d'aspects, et moi j'aime beaucoup, j'attache une grande importance à tout ce qui est relations humaines. Donc dans nos rendez-vous d'1 heure à peu près, on échange beaucoup, à la fois sur l'organisation, sur voilà comment la doctorante se sent dans son labo, avec qui elle interagit. Enfin voilà, ça part un peu. Enfin, on part d'une question et puis c'est toujours très fluide et c'est hyper enrichissant. C'est pour ça que je rempile. Voilà, donc plutôt voilà, en jour de semaine, en fin de journée, dans Paris, on arrive toujours à se rencontrer. Voilà, et chaque année, je rempile avec bonheur. Et en anecdote, deux choses qui me caractérisent. Moi, je suis passionnée de danse. Voilà. Donc, je danse et c'est vraiment essentiel pour moi, pour mon équilibre. Et puis, j'ai aucun sens d'orientation. Voilà. Donc, ça, c'est ça, c'est assez terrible. Mais je retrouve toujours mes mentorés et puis je les aide à trouver le chemin. Donc, voilà tout ce que je peux vous dire. Et voilà, je serais ravie de continuer l'aventure pour la 7e année et je vais remettre mon mail. Voilà.
Merci beaucoup, Sandra. Eh ben, nous arrivons, sauf erreur, Géraldine, à la fin du deuxième groupe. Est-ce qu'on vous rappeler? Oui?
Oui, tu as raison, Lucia. On a atteint la fin du deuxième groupe, tous les mentors qui s'étaient inscrits.
Voilà. Merci. Donc, est-ce que vous rappelez aux mentorés qu'elles doivent choisir oui, non?
We can just give few information for the mentee attending this presentation by the mentor. We remind you that on Friday we will send you an email with the video recorded of this 2 days of speed meeting. You will have some sheets of information of the different mentor. I already sent it to you last Friday, but we will update them and send you again on next Friday. And you will have also a Google form at the same time where you will have to give your choice of mentor. You will have to give 8 choices of mentor. You will have to order them from your favorite one to the next one, and so the number 1 will be your favorite until the number 8. We ask 8 choices because doing the pairing is not so easy because we have more mentors than mentee, but anyway, sometimes some mentors are choosing quite a lot, extensively, I would say. So to be sure that everybody can get somebody they choose as mentee, we ask you 8 different choices. Like that, you are sure to be paired with one of your choices. Lucia, Gwenaël, don't hesitate to complete, to give more information.
To me, it's clear. Maybe if some mentees have a question and they want to ask.
I am sending our mail, Geraldine, and my mail in the chat, and I will also recall the Padlet, so you can have also all the information. If something is not clear concerning the pairing instruction, please do not hesitate. So Geraldine send you an email and where you should have all the instruction. We will also put some information on the Padlet. I will give you the link on the chat.
And there is a question for being more precise. Should the list of mentors be in order of preference? Yes, because we try as much, excuse me, it's the end of the day, I'm tired, as much as we can to give you the first choice. We cannot give the first choice to every mentee, but if we can, we give the first or the second, the third, the fourth, depending of the years and the choices of the different mentee regarding the mentor. In general, we are very happy when we can give you between the first and the fourth choices you put on the list, but it's really depend of the years and if there is some mentee very more chosen than others, this we cannot anticipate. So yes, it's important for you to give your choices in order. In the Google form, there is an introduction and we explain again this. And then the number 1 is your favorite, number 8 it's one of your choice, but will come at the end.
Also, for the mentors who will not be paired, we keep you if you want. We as backup first, because sometimes we need to repair to do the pairing again. You are also largely invited to follow the circle of discussion and the testimony and other circle of discussion. And also we are thinking of, for the mentor who wish to mentor, but outside of our current program in 2026, we can also put you in contact with the previous mentees of previous years who want to pursue the adventure, so you can be paired. But do not hesitate to tell us in a separate mail, contact the committee and tell us if you want to, after the pairing, and you are not paired. Don't take it personally. We know person who were not paired last year who are back today, and they could be paired in the following pairing. So there is no personal issue on that.
And once again, we really want to thank so warmly all the mentors being here and continuing to support the program, support the PhD students this month, signing up every year. And a lot of, you could hear today, and a lot of the mentors introducing themselves today were already here last year or during several years. And we are so grateful, and it's so rewarding to see all these researchers being faithful and continuing to support this young generation of researchers as well. It's really nice. So yes, thank you very much once again. So there is no hand raised, no question. I see. I think there is one question.
Okay, they want to have an information about where they did their postdoc. So for the last slot, Geraldine, could you recall in the chat what information we need?
I will copy them again. Yes.
Yeah. So and the next on the floor will be Martin Lenz. I know you're here and you are your
Also a mentor following us from almost the beginning of the program. Martin.
Martin, the floor is yours.
Yeah, thank you very much. So my name is Martin Lenz, and currently I'm a senior researcher at CNRS. I work on theoretical biophysics at a lab that's called LPTMS in Orsay, and also at ESPCI in Paris. So I've done my career almost exclusively in academic environments, both in France at Institut Curie and at Université Paris-Saclay, but also in the US. So my postdoc was at the University of Chicago, and then I came back for a later position at MIT and in Germany at LMU Munich. And as someone who likes to work between physics and biology, but also between theory and experiments, I find that the academic environment can be a little bit complex to navigate, but it's also full of opportunities. And whether when I'm mentoring or not, I always like to encourage young researchers to think about the structure of this environment, to think about the motivations of the other parties and how you can build your trajectory forward, either to your next project or towards creating your own group or towards a job outside of academia. So as Geraldine and Gwenaëlle have mentioned, I've been a mentor with this program before, I think 5 times, twice in French and 3 times in English. And I've very much enjoyed brainstorming with my mentees about the challenges that they face, be they professional or more personal. And in pretty much every case, they found a solution to their problems themselves, or a way to take advantage of their current position. But as far as I'm concerned, it's always been nice to assist and to support during the process. And of course, on top of that, if that can help bring more gender balance to research, that makes me all the happier, both as a concerned citizen, you might say, and also as the father of 3 girls, one of which was actually born during my PhD. In terms of the meetings, I typically am able to meet in Paris or Orsay, and typically over lunch, and my email address is here.
Thank you, Martin. Thank you very much. We
Thank you.
follow up with Caroline. Caroline Sarr, please, the floor is yours.
Yes, so hello, my name is Caroline Kulchar, and so I am a university professor at the Institute of TIC Graduate School, which is part of the University Paris-Saclay, located next to the École Polytechnique campus. So I teach control systems, image processing, instrumental optics at the engineering school and also at master's level. So my research is conducted at the Institute of TIC, the Charles Fabry laboratory, where I lead a small team specialized in the modeling and the control of adaptive optic systems. In astronomy, these systems allow for real-time compensation of atmospheric turbulence to improve the quality of the images taken by ground-based telescopes. So my activities include both methodological developments, but also a lot of real-world applications on very large telescopes. So I have had a rather unconventional career path. I started with math and physics at the University of Orsay. Then I focused on mathematics to become a math teacher in secondary school. And then I left that and I had a position not a position. I joined an engineering school and completed a master's degree at the University of Orsay in parallel with my engineering school. And then I did a PhD in control systems. And then I was still not certain about my career direction. It was still fuzzy. I worked for 10 months at Onera. Then I spent 1.5 years on a postdoc in Belgium. And then I worked for 1 year at Électricité de France, EDF. And after 4 years, I knew what I wanted to do and took a position as lecturer at the University of Paris-13 in the north of Paris. So during my PhD, I encountered problems related to misogynistic behaviors. For example, my PhD supervisor told me that the university was better than CNRS for women because they could develop a family life. Things like that. So in my professional life, I still face unacceptable behaviors. I have therefore worked on these issues. I attended seminars and I have participated to training to better detect such situations, avoid them and be able to react and also not to reproduce them yourself. So one of my motivations for mentoring, I've mentored one mentee 2 years ago, and I still see her, in fact, now. We continue to see from time to time to see each other. So one of my motivation is to share my experience. I would have liked to have had this type of program when I was doing my PhD, but at that time it was not. There was nothing like that, in fact, at the university. So I can communicate in French or in English. I prefer in-person meetings, that's for sure. So either at my workplace or at a nearby cafe. But I'm not opposed to video meetings. It's fine.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Sorry, I am hungry.
No problem.
So I take also the opportunity to say to the mentees, so think out of the box. You are from a discipline, but do not get stuck to your discipline when choosing your mentor. It's a way to open your mind to choose someone not from your field of research. So thank you, Caroline. Now we welcome Antonio Emilio Fortunato. I know you're here.
Yeah, thank you. So I'm Antonio Emilio Fortunato. I'm participating since the 2020 now. I'm currently Chief Scientific Officer at Green. That is a startup that has 2 labs, one in the center of Paris at the Institut Biologie of l'École Normale Supérieure, Rue d'Ulm. The other one is on the Saclay Plateau in the Institute of Plants. So I'm moving between the two sites every day. So I'm not from the academia, from the private sector. I started at university in Palermo, working on a completely different subject on sea urchin, development of nervous system. Then I did my PhD in Napoli, so I changed one time town in Italy. I started also to work with another system, zebrafish, and then I moved for my postdoc in Paris, changing once again the system, working with microalgae. So I did during my career different changes in town, country, and model system. So I faced very difficult choices. And then after my academia life, I had the chance to join the private sector, working on microalgae again. So again another shift. I'm sorry. And so what I felt during all my career is that I would need a figure as a mentor at each step, because at each step we are confronted towards very difficult choice that not only touch our career, but also personal life, because one thing that is very difficult to find a balance. So today I'm here because I think I like to do this because I did some mentorship even outside the program, and also participating in the PSL mentoring program. But I'm here because I would like to help younger scientists in find the pathway with less struggle as I did at my time. Because also at my time the mentor figure was not something like today. So I can do I did presentation mentoring, sorry, in English, in French, but also in Italian if you want. And about how to do our meetings. So I prefer in person, because I think it's better to exchange. We can reach a deeper understanding of each other. But I'm also open in doing video meeting if required. About the where to do our meetings, it can be in Paris. I did in the past mostly in Paris, I don't find the word in English, in a salon de thé nearby my lab. And that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Antonio. So now I haven't seen if Sebastian or Julian are connected, but I'm pretty sure that Guillaume is connected.
I'm here. Yep.
Okay, so go ahead, please, Sebastian.
So I'm Sébastien Saudray, so I'm associate professor at Estaca. So Estaca is in engineer school based in Saint-Quentin-en-Yvelines, on Laval, on Bordeaux. So I'm mainly located in Laval. So I did my PhD in computer science in Rennes, mainly in component-based system, and then I did a postdoc in Dublin at Trinity College about multi-agent systems in a European project. And then I moved to Estaca, Laval, to be associate professor in transportation. So I do embedded systems and everything that can be linked to mobility, going from creating a new software to testing to a real experiment with bikes to do some alternative mobility. So it's different topics. I directed one PhD and I have 9 other PhDs that have finished their PhD in different domains and different nationalities, going from China, Morocco, Libyan, and a lot of different from different countries. But why it's the first time that I participate to the Monty program. Why I do that is because sometimes I think PhD students needs to have an outside view of their work and from outside their responsible on everything that I'm beginning to research. Sometimes it's good to talk to someone that can be outside to talk about different things, and even if it's not in the subject, to be able to just talk. And so it can be, that's why I can see some of my students could have found some help with my colleague or other people in my team or outside the team. So I think it could be good also to participate to that. So I can speak English, French also, of course, and mainly for causes that I'm mainly in Laval. It's the main interaction will be with video conference. And that can sum up a little what I yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much, Sebastian.
Just Sebastian, you say video call because you're in Laval, but during the day, weekday, weekend, and you're over the day, evening, morning, lunchtime? I'm not sure you said
Well,
it.
usually it will depend on work, but I'm father of twins, and I have my Wednesday. So usually I can help. Wednesday morning can be quite easy to find, to be sure to be free to mentor. It will be easier, but after I can be. It can be also in the week, but it can be a good slot to be on Wednesday because it can be something that can be fixed and recurrent during the different weeks.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you. Julian, is Julian ready for Julian Betancourt? I haven't seen him connected. If not, Guillaume.
No, Julian changed. He will come tomorrow. He probably had a problem. He removed his name and signed up for tomorrow.
Okay, so Guillaume, the floor is yours.
Yeah, can you hear me, Gwen? Can you hear me, Gwen? Okay. I'm Guillaume Gautreau. I'm researcher at INRAE, French Institute on Agriculture, Food, Environment. And I work in the maillage unit, so mathematics, computer science, from genomics to environment. And I did a PhD in computational biology. Sorry, I forgot to speak about my research. I'm not following the steps. First step is to talk about my research. So my research focus on comparative genomics with strong emphasis on pangenomics, more specifically on developing computational method and model to understand microbial diversity, evolution, microbial communities too. So including developing a graph-based pangenome method, analyzing metagenomic sequences, digital twin, and also recently AI-driven approach, such as genomic language models. And so my background is fully interdisciplinary because I hold a diploma in computer science and in molecular biology, a master also in bioinformatics, and I did my PhD in Genoscope to develop method for microbial genomics. Then I moved to INRAE unit close to Maillage, Metagenopolis. And now I'm permanent researcher at Metagenopolis at Maillage, sorry, with Gwen, who is one of my colleagues. What attracted me to mentoring is the opportunity to help someone, to build confidence, to structure idea through an external point of view. And I can interact with mentees in French, also in English if necessary. but I'm not sure to be able to detect very subtle signal in the language that may require particular attention, especially remotely. In terms of logistics, so I'm based in Paris. I can be available remotely or in Paris. And also to end with a small anecdote, I'm also a jurist in health law, so I can provide you a complementary approach regarding ethics, data regulation, data protection if you are interested, especially on health data. So thank you.
Thank you, Guillaume.
Just Guillaume, you didn't say, I think, or I miss it, when you are the more available to meet the Mentee if you are paired.
But during working hours or during the weekend, depend.
Thank you.
Thank you. So for the last minutes, we will propose you to see two videos of two mentors. One is Marie Cheras, who was a former mentee in the program and is now from the other side of the program. So I will present her video. And then you will have Georgia, who is also from INRAE, and or Geraldine, you will show the video, or I will do that?
No, go ahead with both video. I think it will be better quality with your computer.
Okay. So I need to share my screen, and I will. Okay.
Hello, so my name is Marie Cheras. Right now I am ingénieur du corps des mines, meaning I'm a technical civil servant working for the French states. In terms of academic experiences, so I have a Master of Engineering degree in Material Science from University Paris-Saclay. I later did a PhD about condensed matter physics between École Polytechnique, so in France, and Max Planck Institute in Berlin. Later, I continued with a postdoc position in quantum physics at ENSTA Paris. Later, I just moved from academics, and that's what I'm doing right now, being engineer of corps des mines. Why I wanted to do mentoring? Because I was mentee myself with this program, and I really appreciate it. And I think it's more than important to be there for female scientists when they are doing their PhD, because sometimes it can be difficult in terms of professional or personal point of view. And I think it was, to me, it was really helpful to discuss with another female scientist who was not working on the same topics. So I would be really glad to help another female scientist. You can talk to me in English, of course, French, which is my native language, maybe a bit German, but I think English and French are better. And about like the meeting, I worked and lived in Paris. We can meet around. I usually go to Palaiseau, but sometimes I will have to travel for work, so we will do like Zoom also. Hope to see you. Bye-bye.
And the other one?
Hi, my name is Georgia G. Mascos. I am a biologist at INRAE, the French Agronomy Institute, and my field is
Ça marche plus. Les aléas du direct, excusez-nous. Ah, je sais pas. Je vais arrêter. I will.
Functional genetics. I studied biology in Argentina and postdoc at NIA.
Peut-être arrête-la et relance-la,
Là, vous voyez mon écran ou pas? Tu vois mon écran?
ouais. Non, on va pas le partager. Il faut que tu repartages, je pense.
Je repartage. Sorry.
Hi, my name is Georgia G. Di Mascos. I am a biologist at INRAE, the French Agronomy Institute, and my field is functional genetics. I studied biology in Argentina, and after a postdoc at NIH in the US, I moved to France in 1997, following the one that would become my husband. I worked first as a postdoc at the Collège de France, then at the Vet School of Paris, the NVA, and finally at the INRAE campus of Jouy-en-Josas, in the animal genetics unit, counting 160 people. As researchers, we are eternal students, and now I work on testing genetic variation in organoids that could replace some use of animals in science. I worked with masters and PhD students and postdocs. I joined the program as mentor 2 years ago, which I really enjoyed. One PhD student started in the US in the first months, so we made video calls. The other was a medic. I'm really happy to see how well PhD candidates are supported by the program. I find mentoring good for both sides. It helps me to think about myself as a supervisor too. I signed up as a mentor to share experiences pursuing a project, collaborations, finding a job, aware of different unpleasant or difficult situations, or just fatigue, and also tips like starting a family without relatives around in Paris. I'm a mother of 3, and to show the bright side of science to you. If needed, I'm also fluent in Italiano, in Cartesiano. I live in the center of Paris, so we could have the meetings there on my home working day or on weekends. Otherwise, in the Jouy and Josas campus, as I travel by public transport. I look forward to exchange and encourage you. Thank you for your attention and bon courage.
Thank you. So I think we are done with all the people who were registered to present themselves today, and it's a long session, so to wrap up, everything will be has been already sent by Geraldine the last week, but we will give you another mail with the records of the 2 days of the speed meeting. So this is for the mentees. You will receive an email with the record of the video of the presentation of the mentors. For some mentors who have been unable to present themselves during one of the 2 sessions, you will have a file that compiles all the information. For the mentees, you will have to give on a Google form the 8 choice ranked, and we will do our best to take care of that. And by the early February, the pairing will be done. You will have to sign up a chart. And for the mentors, on the 10th of February, you will have a formation if you want to have any clues about how to help in mentoring. It's not mandatory, but we advise for those who are beginning with the mentoring, it's nice to have those space to also to ask a question. So thank you for the mentors. It's not obvious to do the presentation. Thank you to all the mentees who managed to get connected to. We are available on mail if you need, and I think it's time to say bye-bye to everyone, and
we wish you a nice evening, and for some of you, see you tomorrow at 5.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Bonne soirée à tout le
And
monde.
bonne soirée. And
J'arrête l'enregistrement.
oui.